Hello everybody, my name is Walter Alexander Ortiz Ochoa. Right now I'm going to talk about the 3 best ways to take nap in classes. Okay, right now I'm going to give you a little introduction about the 3 best ways to take nap in classes. Many times it's really complicated to take nap in classes because the class is really boring, it's too long, or the topic is really complicated to understand, or for example, when we have a lot of information that is really complicated to remember in your mind. So we have a question: why is really important to take nap in classes? When you know how to take nap in classes, that'll help you to organize your ideas, and that allows to study in a precise way. So for that situation, it's very important that the student obtain a useful form to take note for their knowledge, in which there are 3 kinds of techniques. Those are the most suitable that allow taking naps and make the classes more productive, and that your teaching is much easier. Among these are creative diagrams, keywords, and introduction of example. Okay, right now I'm going to talk about the first technique to take nap in classes. That is the diagrams. The diagrams are a very effective source for summarizing information. It makes the learning process much easier and more productive. Using a diagram, you can organize your ideas in a precise and clear way. However, only the most relevant information and efficient is used, and the students only have to find the keywords or complete. So, they can be used numerical data, days, visual illustrations, etc. Diagrams have their advantage when taking notes because the diagram organizes ideas. Good diagrams can replace several pages of text and facilitate learning and understanding when you don't understand the topic. Facilitates the memorization process and helps to review for exam. Okay, right now I'm going to talk about the second technique to take nap in classes, that is the keywords. Many students collect unnecessary information when taking naps, in which it doesn't allow them to advance or only block their learning. That is why obtaining keyword is an important tool for taking notes. For example, days, names, places, components, and number, chapter, elements, and etc. So in this way, it helps to collect the main idea of the class because in many cases it is only necessary 1 or 2 words. To understand and remember all the necessary information, we must take into account that the student needs to know some method to improve stability. You will have to choose the most important information in this case. Okay, right now I'm going to talk about the third uh, techniques to take nap in classes, that is introduction of example. Introduction of example is a practical way of taking naps. When we refer to the material that is widely used, the meanings are sometimes difficult to understand the concept of the dictionary, encyclopedia, books, educational material, etc. Sometimes the classes are too boring or the subject of the class is too long to understand properly and be concentrated. So creating examples to remember this topic is a good point. That makes the learning more productive because it allows you to understand the information where very technical language is used. Therefore, it is easier to understand how right information using example, and this makes it easier to remember. Since if the student has difficulty in learning, we must show them different methods. So that they understand the subject more easily. In this way, we can increase the student knowledge as we know that they not exactly of the teacher's words, or material is really complicated because many times they don't understand the class, and so we must assimilate and analyze the topics and the keywords with examples, and this will help you to increase knowledge. Conclusion. Finally, we know that the three methods, diagrams, keywords, and introduction of example are very important in the life of the students when taking notes because this method consists of helping us supporting those points of interest in the classes. They will not only help to take nap, but they will allow the classes to be more ordered and clear in a precise way that will benefit the student to easily find their naps. On the other hand, it is really important to implement this method when the students have difficult in different kind of areas because that will help them to understand more quickly. The purpose of those methods is especially to obtain the information in a clear way and avoid that the students have to write without any sense that only cause more confusion when they are studying. On the other hand, this method will allow the students to obtain their own analysis and be able to carry out their own example and ideas. As we know, this will allow the students to become more involved in learning in a way that will allow their naps to be more profitable. In my opinion, taking nap is a vital and very important in any field in which we find ourselves